Hi, I'm Kate Mason, and I created this program for Image Union TV and for you. It's called A Place Like Home, and it features 7 short stories from artists who are stuck in their house, trying to get back home, or just understand what it means to say, yeah, that's where I grew up. I hope you like it. Come back soon.
When you observe yourself within, you see moving images, a world of images, generally known as fantasies. Yet these fantasies are facts. It is a fact that a man has such and such a fantasy. And it is such a tangible fact, for instance, that when a man has a certain fantasy, another man may lose his life.
Hippity hoppity, hippity hopping over hill and dale.
وحركات الماكينة برضه بتجذبني للماكينة طبعا. أنا لما بكون الماكينات كلها مشغلات بكون مبسوط. أنا بعمل هذا الشغل من 50 عام. كل العواطفي أصلا بصناعة الكوفية. كانوا آبائنا وأجدادنا يلبسوها. الكوفية طبعا رمز من رموز الشعب الفلسطيني ومن التراث الفلسطيني.
احنا انولدنا في المصنع، يعني تاريخ ميلادي من تاريخ ميلاد المصنع. الوالد هو اللي بلش المصنع سنة 61، بلش في ماكينتين وطور شغله. احنا الإخوة الثلاثة بنشتغل كل واحد في مجاله. أخي الأصغر مني أبو عمار مسؤول عن التلوين، بيعمل الديزاينات تبعت الحلقة. أخي اللي أكبر مني أبو علاء بجهز مواسير للماكينات. أما أنا بشتغل بجهز في الماكينات الجديدة. الشغل صعب أكيد، هو بشكل عام شغل النسيج كله صعب، يعني مش هين. بتتعامل مع خيط ومع إبرة، يعني شيء دقيق جدا. أي خراب بسيط تخرب القطعة بالكامل.
من أيام الثورة عام 1936 ارتداها الثوار. الفترة كان الانتداب البريطاني أصدر بيان إنه كل واحد بيلبس كوفية يعتبر معارض للانتداب البريطاني. فبين عشية وضحاها صارت الكوفية كل الشعب يلبسها. صارت هذه الكوفية الفلسطينية اشتهرت طبعاً في عهد الرئيس ياسر عرفات أكثر وأكثر. وكان كوفية يرتديها طبعاً شعبنا في كل الميادين. الاختيارية كانوا المحترمين يلبسوا الكوفية، والشباب برضو، حتى صارت رمز من رموز الشعب. الكوفية هي توأم العلم الفلسطيني. مدينة الخليل من أكبر المدن في الضفة الغربية، فيها مستوطنة في وسط البلد. مستوطنات حادينها من كل الجهات. طبعاً بأثر. لما كانت إحنا بضاعتنا تنزل على البلدة القديمة في الوقت السابق، يعني عندك 400-500 محل مغلقين هذول تماماً من 15 عام وهم مسكرين بالمرة يعني. اليوم ما فيش بلدة قديمة. إحنا بنعتمد على التجار من الضفة يعني وعلى السياحة أكثر إشي. المهم انه تكون جودة الصناعة دائما هي الافضل، افضل شيء. يعني فاحنا صناعتنا جيدة والحمد لله. البضاعة الصينية تعتبر خفيفة والخيط تبعها بوليستر او مواد صناعية يعني يعتبر كله.
احنا المصنع هذا سكر وقف حدود 5 سنوات بسبب الاستيراد. اللي بده يعني بدل ما ياخذ وحده اصليه حقها 20 شيكل، لا بقول لك انا بشتري وحده ب 10-11 شيكل وخلص. استيراد مفتوح بوجهنا. اذا ما وقفنا، اذا ما اشتغلنا بجد واجتهاد بنضيع، ما بنقدر ننافس.
من المهم انها تكون تنصنع في فلسطين كأنها كوفية فلسطينية. احنا بنحافظ على التراث وعلى الوجود الفلسطيني في صناعتنا الكوفية.
والله يا حروف الوطن زي العقد في الصدر الفا فلسطين الحبيبة مغلى الوطن يا عرب مغلى.
مع انها على الرغم من انها يعني مش هذيك، بس هي رمزيتها ما هي مجرد قطعة قماشة. الكوفية ترمز إلنا، لشعبنا لبلدنا. فلسطين بيتي وأرضي وحياته وأمه وأبوه وعيلته، كل شيء، الهواء اللي بتنفسه. احنا بنعتز وبنشعر بالفخر إننا بنشتغل في المصنع بنتج الكوفية اللي إلها هذا الارتباط الوطني والنضالي. احنا بنتأمل إنه أولادنا يستمروا زينا إن شاء الله.
علي الكوفية علي ودولح فيها، غني عتابة وميجانة وسامر فيها. علي الكوفية علي ودولح فيها، غني عتابة وميجانة وسامر فيها. خلي البارود يهلي.
People who inhabit this area don't think of themselves as being French or Spanish, but Basque.
I always wanted to be Basque. I was a little bit, but I wanted more. I had an obsession with highlight that I won't go into, but I dreamed of going pro.
There's a legend that the first game of all was played in the Garden of Eden, using the apple for a ball.
And I knew highlight would never happen for me, so I found the next best thing, Basque cider, or sagardo. Son of Man became my drink of choice. Traditionally, you pour sagardo from a meter high. That's how it carbonates. And if you can do it without even looking, well, that's something special. I just wanted to do one thing and one thing well. Cider pouring would become my sport. I couldn't play ball. I couldn't pour cider. I was only 1% Basque. Might as well have been 1% human. 1% father. My own daughter wouldn't even look at me. I went to the liquor store and I got more bottles. Then I ascended.
Highline. All you really need is a ball and a little Basque blood in your veins.
And nobody really knows where the Basque originally came from.
Yesterday, Jonathan and I broke up. I'm not devastated, but I'm hurting. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know Chicago's going to be an amazing opportunity for him. He's going to thrive over there, but I can't help but feel like everyone I love is kind of leaving and moving to these other places, and I'm kind of just stuck in Miami, living in my parents' house. I think eventually all my friends are going to leave and I'm going to be here. I don't know. When I was a kid, my family and I would always go to Disney World a couple times a year because, you know, Florida things. And it always proved to be a distraction from whatever shitty things were going on in my life. Like my parents arguing or kids making fun of me at school. Hi, could we go to Disney tomorrow? No. My parents don't need to take me. I'm an adult. I'm capable of doing things by myself. I'm currently 2 hours outside of Orlando. I stopped to pee, to eat a donut. I made the mistake of opening Grindr while here, and everyone passing by has been messaging me. Which, I mean, to be fair, is super enticing, and if anyone is ever looking for a blowjob, just go to the Port St. Lucie Service Plaza, and I'm sure you'll be able to find one. I figured I'd stay at a Disney Value resort, but it turns out a Disney Value is still $136. And that's way above my budget of $15. I'm just gonna get a value breakfast instead and get the fuck out. When I was little, I would always get food very well knowing that I would throw it up on the way to Disney out of excitement. Today, I was able to keep it all down.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Walt Disney World. I'm Jane, and I'll be your driver on Monorail Coral. We are now approaching the entrance to the Magic Kingdom. Please watch your step as you leave the monorail. Thanks for riding, folks, and have a great day.
I tried using my annual pass, and it was not valid. So I just called my mom to see if she can help me out. I feel like when I'm ready to do something, I'm really excited. Something just comes and fucks it up. I'm finally in after about an hour. Luckily, my mom is an angel, but I mean, how am I supposed to live my own life if I move to LA or New York if every time I want to go to Disney World I have to call my mom for money? I thought I'd get here and I'd be like super excited, but I don't know. Buzz Lightyear's only a 15-minute wait. So, I'm gonna do that. I don't think I thought this through at all. I mean, the memories that I have here, the ones that brought me back, weren't special because of where I was, it was who I was with, which just makes me feel worse, because here's this lone faggot walking through Disney, bawling his eyes out, wishing he had someone, literally anyone, to share this with. So I went to go watch this 3D movie, and a part of it had Jasmine and Aladdin singing A Whole New World, and Aladdin was the last movie I watched with Jonathan, so of course I started bawling in the middle of the theater. But you know what, I powered through, and that's what counts. After sobbing over A Whole New World, I decided to indulge my depression and ride the magic carpets myself. As I was on the Aladdin ride, sulking, I got a message on Grindr. This guy's Disney sex puns were absolutely disgusting. But I was depressed, so I met up with him anyway. He had an incredibly small penis, and it made the possibility of being banned from Disney 100% not worth it. So he sucked my dick instead.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past, and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world. Thank you.
Mandaron a explorar a estos lados y se dieron cuenta de que Diriamba es una buena zona para vivir. ¿Ya? Entonces, de esas 7 familias se vinieron para acá, a excepción de los Gutiérrez, que se fueron a Mazatepe, por eso en Mazatepe hay Gutiérrez. Y después se vinieron para acá. Entonces habla de que las 7 familias están los baltodanos, los valerios, los espinosas, los parrales, los Gutiérrez, los Mendieta. No, dice que el Mendieta es el apellido más criollo que hay en Diriamba.
No, es que Mendieta Cruz era del lado de ¿cómo se llama ahí? De Pumpuá.
Sí, pero, o sea, en eso sale de que...
Ajá, tía Betty y tía Auri en la fiesta de Gabriela. ¿Qué quieren decir?
Pues que estamos muy contentas.
With your new grandson, tía Betty. Is he beautiful? Es lindo. Lindo. Aquí estaba en la casa en River Ridge. Un día que iba a llover todo el día, no llovió ni una gota aquí.
¿Qué lindo?
Ni una gota.
That's Miss Dora. Hello. Thank you for letting us to make a disaster out of your house, Miss Dora.
I'm telling you. Half dead, but I'm here. We made it.
Okay.
We made it. We are.
Bananos para la Gaby. Lo último que traigo en el día es que los 20 que solo son del módulo 1. Las piñas, ¿cómo las tenés?
¿La piña? ¿La cuál? ¿La hawaiana o la fresco?
La normal. No,
25. 25 la tengo. Mira.
Sacaron que iba a ser un almíbar yo.
Está cara la piña ahorita.
Y esos son los
aguacates. Apenas está comenzando a entrar, tiene una más chiquita, 20 pesos. Sí.
Y esos aguacates.
Eso es lo que le digo, mire, eso lo puedo dar a 15 pesos. Ya ahorita que igual la gente puede gritar.
Sí.
15 pesos.
A 15 pesos tan buenos, mamá.
¿Qué onda, Gabriela? ¿Cómo andas? ¿Comiendo frutas o qué?
Sí, su papá, o sea, su suegro, pues de ella. ¿Todavía lo conociste? ¿Murió?
Well, history and tradition are also important to the residents in the community of Fall River, Massachusetts.
A container of acid at a female officer.
Decker with guns drawn, looking for the man.
I'll take you to the city, where the folks are very proud of their heritage.
After a rash of housebreaking.
There is a special quality to this community. It has endured through history as a town.
Is it on?
Yep.
Okay, this was Patrick's first crib. He went in at 2 months old before he had his little bassinet over there when he came home from the hospital. But I'm sorry to say that he didn't spend very much time in his crib because he spent most of his time in bed with his mom.
Uh-huh.
But now he's a big boy and he sleeps in his own crib.
Oh,
Because
that's
he's
wonderful.
a big boy now and he's such a good boy for his mom.
Okay, so when I was growing up, there were 100,000 people in the city of Fall River. I remember on Easter, people would walk down Main Street all dressed up. You know, and you had to wear a hat to church when you went to church. Everything was just so different. It was a large city, but it was like a small town. Everybody was very friendly, but everybody was into everybody's business, too. If I kissed a boy when I was 15 to 16 outside the house, my parents knew about it the next day. That's the neighborhood that I grew up in.
What was it like raising Michael and Jonathan and Timmy and my mom?
It was all confusion. It was just awful. We were poor. It was just, you know, trying to survive. And Frank was a controlling man. He hated me being sober. He wanted me drinking and sorry all the time. He was good to the kids, but not to me. Not to me.
Well, Patrick's gonna have his breakfast before he plays with the rest of his toys. Patrick! Good morning, little Christmas Day boy, 1991. Hi, Mama. Hi, Mama.
It was different raising you. Yeah. A major difference. I was older. I had my head together. I was in AA. I was sober. I wasn't depressed. It was totally enjoyable. I was there when you were born. You know, I remember I came home from a meeting on a Saturday night, and your mother came in, and she said, I'm bleeding. And it was pouring rain. And I rushed to Charlton Hospital. They got the doctor in, who was very apologetic, and took your mother in for a C-section immediately, which saved your life.
And here I am now.
And here you are now.
Do you think about my mom a lot?
Yeah. I do, actually. Yeah. Do you?
I've been thinking about her a lot lately. And then I think about how bonded we are over something so tragic. You know, how close we are is really a result of my mom dying.
Oh, yes. Yes, and even prior to that, I always thought of you as my kid as well. No, I know it sounds weird, but that's the way I considered it.
I don't need to tell you this, but I just couldn't be more thankful to just have had you be such a role model for me, you know?
Well, I love you, Pat.
You know, you've had a pretty hard life, and...
Yeah, but I've had a good life, too. I feel like I've had two lives. You know? I have the beginning life when I was uncertain of myself and never felt good enough. And then I had the life in sobriety. And that's been 43 years. That was just my second life, and it was great. It was just great. You know, to be able to work, to get out of being dependent on Frank. And the wonderful friends that I made in AA, most of whom are dead, that were a part of my life. You know? It was good. It was so good for me. And if I hadn't had the first life, the second part of my life wouldn't be as good. Because I wouldn't have appreciated it as much.
Do you think Fall River is a special place?
No. Why would I think it's a special place? It's just a city that's going down the tubes. People who mean a lot to me. But as far as Fall River goes, no. It's just a place. That's it. We found 2 videos, and they were all scratchy. One was of your baptism, and one was of your first birthday party.
Maybe we could watch them together or something if we feel up to it.
We can watch them together and be miserable and cry. How's that?
As we do.
Yeah. Why not, huh?
It'd be very in keeping with our family, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It's an Irish thing.
It's an Irish thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. That's what we'll do.
All right. That's what we'll do.
Our homes acquire new grace, new glamour, new accommodations, expressing not only the American love of beauty, but also the basic freedom of the American people, which is the freedom of individual choice. In form, proportion, rhythm, and variety, the stylists leave their unmistakable marks on everyday conveniences in flowing lines and graceful shapes, which we as Americans may enjoy.
was a pretty good show. I think I'll keep watching Image Union.